Welcome to Geek News episode 45. We bring you the news of the day. We have Mike, Max, Jason, and myself, Phil.
And Dan.
Oh, Dan, sorry.
Thanks, sir.
There you go, Dan. I'm giving you some camera time. Enjoy it.
Man.
Oh, sorry about that, Dan. I made sure the viewers see you at least. So even if I don't mention your name, my bad. Hey, Jason, you want to kick us off with the topics?
Oh, sure. Let me pull it up. I was so enthralled by that introduction. I didn't see that coming.
Good. I liked it.
It was good. I did too. Let's get to the first topic. It looks like there's not a lot of news coming, but some stuff is starting to leak from Comic-Con, some rumors and stuff. And the first rumor I have is that Darth Vader is set to appear in the Star Wars anthology film Rogue One. I kind of expected that, considering it takes place before Episode 4, with the Death Star plans being stolen. Max, you want to go first, man? I know you love all this Star Wars news.
Yeah, man, totally awesome. Great. Darth Vader's gonna beat it. You really can't go wrong with Darth Vader unless you're, like strapping him to the table and making him like Frankenstein. That's the only way you can go wrong with Darth Vader. George Lucas found it out, so now we know, and we can move on from there. Yeah, I'm happy. That's great. Good news. Can't wait for the movie to come out.
Max is a lot more positive this week than he was last week. Mike, your thoughts on Darth Vader appearing?
Fine, I guess. If James Earl Jones is still alive, you might as well get that voice to work as much as possible and pretty much put a really tall dude in the suit. So go for it. I prefer that it's just kind of a brief appearance, and we kind of, if they're hell-bent on really kind of building up newer characters and so forth, then go for that. But if he shows up, I'm all for that.
I heard that it's going to be like via view screen that you see Darth Vader, so it's not like he's not even going to really be in the movie. It's just going to be like, oh, I got to report into Darth Vader, or Darth Vader called, I had to fucking answer this right now, or he's going to force choke me.
Yeah, that's all I really want is like a scene of force choking, just to remind me of the good old days.
Yeah, I think Disney will totally do that, because Disney, even like at Celebration, they did everything they could not to put any emphasis on the prequels. Like, they weren't represented at all, like all the old films were. And I could totally see Disney throwing something in there to show Darth Vader, remember he was a badass, and then kind of washing that stank off a little bit. Dan?
Yeah, that's cool. I think they should go the other way and just have like a really tall guy's voice and put James Earl Jones in the suit and have him murk a bunch of Wookiees. That's what I want. But yeah, it's cool.
Philip?
Oh my God, Dan, that was awesome. Yeah, I don't know if that would make the movie for me, but that would be fun to watch, just outside of the movie. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with Mike. I hope they do something kind of different, but I like what Max said. I think it gets me a little optimistic that they're going to kind of just, hey, yeah, here he is. I'm afraid of him, or maybe he'll kill somebody, which would be kind of interesting, kind of put the point across. But we'll have to see. Other than that, I mean, I just need to wait and see. I need to see one of these anthology films before I even know. At least I'm not quite on Dan's train of I need to see this one. I'm a little more on the train of I have faith that this one will be good. I'm just not sure where they're going with the anthologies because we've done prequels before, so we'll see.
Well, apparently the Simpsons creators saw our audition tape and have hired Harry Shearer back to voice the rest of the Simpsons. So,
Hold on, before you switch topics real quick.
Yeah, sorry.
Who were the directors put in charge of that again? I'm sorry, did we say that?
No, that's a different story.
That's a different story?
Yeah.
How is that a different story?
It's not the same movie.
It's not the same movie.
Yeah.
Oh, they got put in charge on Solo movie, and it's another anthology. My fault. Carry on. Can we just go into that one? Wouldn't that be better? Doesn't it make more sense?
No, I want to make you wait for the rest of the Star Wars news, Max.
Fuck you! Oh my God! Okay, fine.
This is not going to be a long topic anyway. Harry Shearer is back on The Simpsons. I'm not surprised at all. Mike, your thoughts?
He was threatened by our demo reel, so yeah, I'm not
That's
surprised at all. It's gonna make working for them awkward still, seeing as how he was like, I don't need this, and he apparently really does need it. So whatever. I don't watch The Simpsons anymore, so who gives a shit?
Dan, you still watch The Simpsons. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, that's good. I was gonna go with the whole South Park. They took our gerbs thing, but yeah, whatever.
Max?
Yeah, man. They had us in contract negotiations. Apparently, it was all a circle jerk just to wait out Harry Shearer. I mean, I got to say congratulations to the man. Obviously, he's been doing a great job for all these years, so it's good to see him back. But can't say that I'm not a little disappointed. I thought we were in there. You know, our people were talking to their people. It was a few steps in the process, and you know, it's sad that I'm not going to make millions of dollars for not really doing anything. But you know, good. At least The Simpsons is still going to be good.
And by we, Max means Mike, and us like holding on to his coattails. But
As much as possible.
It's the very geeky version of Entourage.
Yes. Works for me. I'll drive the car, dude. I'll drive the car.
And just so everybody knows, Max is not driving. Max is drunk in a parking lot.
Oh yeah, currently I was gonna drive home and try to be home for the podcast, but I had one or maybe three too many. So I'm sitting here in the parking lot waiting it out. I'm hoping they'll deliver me another pizza here in the parking lot.
Philip?
Yeah, I'm not surprised that he came back. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that was a negotiating tactic on one of the sides just to try and get someone to move on a number. But, I mean, I think it's good for the people that are huge fans of The Simpsons. I watch it occasionally. I don't watch it religiously like I used to. So I think it makes the show better to have that. And I think at some point they'll probably just end the show, hopefully with the whole cast intact, and just say, we've had a run, and move on.
So moving on to my last story is Phil Lord. Wait, hold on, I want to make sure I say the names correctly. I always get them mixed up. Sorry.
It's all good, Jason.
Phil Lord and Chris Miller are set to direct the Han Solo Star Wars spin-off film. Again, I'm going to call this all rumor until Comic-Con, but you know, I like everything they've done so far. I liked Lego, I liked 21, I liked 22. So I'm curious to see what they're going to do with this. It's kind of different than what they do, but that's what they tend to do. They make an absolute kids movie, and then they make a hard R comedy. So let's see what they're going to do with this, is my opinion. It worked very well for Captain America Winter Soldier when they pulled those guys out of comedy. Max, since you already tried to start this topic.
Yeah, cool, awesome, super duper. I don't know how excited I am to see a Han Solo movie. I kind of want to, like, you know, just move on. Yeah, like, maybe they shouldn't ruin it. You know what I'm saying? Like, anything they put on film makes it that. So maybe it's better off in our imaginations. I kind of want to just move past all the old people now and get into the new stuff, and maybe, you know, find some different people and some different stories to tell. Like, it's just, you know, like maybe Harrison Ford is 80 years old. Maybe it's time to quit. You know.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be Harrison Ford playing Han Solo.
Obviously not, but you know what I'm saying.
No,
You know
I get it, and I think that if they do want to go the Han Solo route, maybe wait 10 more years. You know, don't do it right now while Harrison Ford is still alive, and as far as we know, in the current trilogy. Like, wait until there's more time that's passed. I agree with you, Max. I think now is not the time to make a Han Solo film. Mike?
I mean, I don't know if it's just because, like, yeah, waiting to see that he gets his. Sorry about the noise outside, but it's hot. I don't feel like turn on my AC. But anyways, like, yeah, I guess they've done it before where they've continued on a franchise with a character in mind, but the actor is still very much alive and present. I I don't know. I guess it's more along the lines of, again, what I said with the first announcement. I just want to see something new, frankly, because my trepidation about the older characters coming back is the fact of, like, we still don't know what Episode 7 is going to be like. It might retroactively kill off any goodwill I had for the original installments. I'm not saying it's going to be god-awful or prequel levels of bad, but, you know, we don't know yet. We're kind of bathed in this nostalgic gleam of Chewie, we're home. And we're saying, like, oh, JJ can do no wrong. He can still do wrong. So, with regards to the spin-off films, yeah, I'd rather see something else than, say, young or old Han Solo doing young or old Han Solo stuff. Like I said, give me a Pancake Face movie, the Need Number, whatever his name is, Lando's co-pilot in Jedi, and make him badass, but he still talks that way.
Yeah, Nien Nup. That dude's a badass, dude. Shitting his pants the whole time, still strapped in next to Lando and the fucking Millennium Falcon to get the job done.
Oh, love it,
Awesome.
Max.
Dan?
You know, I think when I first heard about this, you know, it's like, oh, cool, you get, like, backstory with Han Solo, and, you know, you can be, like, ships flying around, he's going to be, you know, shooting everybody. And then I think, how could you ever go wrong with the Star Wars backstory story? And then I think about Vader. And then I'm less enthused. So, I mean, I really want it to be cool. I mean, you know, Han is one of my favorite characters in the whole thing, of course. He just goes around, flies around, makes money, shoots things. Yeah, that's cool. That's what I want the movie to be. Please don't fuck it up.
Philip?
Yeah, so Dan, that doesn't have to be Han Solo. That could be some random new character, right? That's going around shooting universe and kind of being
I know,
introduced.
but Han Solo's cool. I mean, I'll take the dice roll on that, and so they don't make it, you know, something lame like, you know, some emo dude or something. I don't know. I can't really think of anything right now, but they can make it lame. Trust me.
Oh yeah, I get
All
you there.
Here's what's gonna happen. You get Joss Whedon to direct the Star Wars movie where it's like Han Solo, Princess Leia, Luke, Chewie, and maybe some random new character. They're flying around. They're doing dirty deeds for the New Republic, and they're getting stuff done. I'm down.
Wasn't that movie called Serenity?
That show was called Firefly, and the movie's called Serenity, and I'm totally down for them to do it all over again.
But will there be vampires?
I mean, no. No, there
Oh.
won't.
I mean, it is a
Maybe-
Joss
maybe-
Whedon product. There's a good chance there's some.
Episode where there's a vampiric alien race where they land on their planet or something, I guess. That
cool.
get some vampires in there. But, I mean, not really, no.
No.
I really want to see the John Hughes-inspired Han Solo movie. Han Solo in high school, kicking it with Chewbacca when he's just a puppy. It'd be a good time. They can go over to Chewbacca's family's house. You know, his dad's got the masturbation machine.
I think he'd be a little less of a puppy and more of like a bear cub. I think that'd be more of a situation going on.
I don't know, but I think it's brilliant, gentlemen. This is great.
I like
a monkey bear thing.
Yeah, monkey bear thing.
Monkey bear. I love it.
I love our tangents. They're fun. Mike?
But
Mike looked like he was going to say something. Philip?
oh, so we just got Mike just looking surprised on camera. What's going on? But yeah. So for the most part, I don't know. Again, for me, the spin-off films, I just need to see one to kind of know if I really want it. I would rather see Yoda, where we can get a much more interesting story, because you've got so much more to talk about. Because you can talk about his flirtation with the dark side, which he hints at, right? That would be more interesting to me than Han Solo. But then again, I don't know. I'll just have to wait and see. I guess I'm in that same boat as you, Dan. I have less faith on these new ones, or on the the ones that are going to go back. Just because new movies, yeah, if they bring the guys back and they introduce new stuff into them, as long as they don't mess with it too much, I can bear it. But when you're going back and changing characters I really enjoyed and really appreciated and had fun with as a kid, that's really what's going to affect. That's the part where I think they're messing with fire. But
I think if they want to make prequels to this franchise, they should go back to like the Old Republic age, like go hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years back and establish that story. Like leave the characters that we know from the original trilogy alone. And if you have to give us a backstory, kind of like what they did with Agent Carter on, which I think that's why that show worked so well. You know, the parts that did work. Go back really, really far and tell us the story of, you know, when they split or how it became the rule of two, you know, something in the Old Republic story. I think that would be far more interesting than seeing rehashings of some of our favorite characters.
I think part of the reason the speculation is that'll be Han Solo's standalone is, I don't know, with the rumors given of what's supposed to happen to Han Solo in this new Force Awakens movie, maybe that's why they're like, well, let's reintroduce the character for the new generation as he was back when we first conceived him in the original Star Wars. But instead of just showing you the original Star Wars, let's come up with a wholly new idea, maybe. Because there's been rumors, you know, that...
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, I'm just saying there's been rumors that, you know, Han Solo might be riding solo for the last time.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
I think that it would be cool if they made a movie from the other guy's point of view, and like Han Solo was the bad guy, like
Greedo's story.
Yeah, except like less of a pussy.
You follow Greedo from childhood, from his aspiring dreams to be like an artist, but then the economy takes a bad turn. He ends up being like a hired gun for gangsters, and then just gets shot at the end. It's like a Scorsese movie.
Oh god, no, that'd be great. Yeah, that would be great. But no, just like where, kind of like what I want Suicide Squad to be, where Batman is, he's in it, but he's only in it very peripherally and for like 5 minutes, and not even that all at all. If they did a Han Solo story like that, where it's just like someone feeling the effects of the aftermath of Han Solo, excuse me, I think that'd be really cool.
Is that what happens in Suicide Squad, Max? Are you on set right now?
No, I was on set, and then I went to a bar and I drank too much.
God, Hollywood needs to be knocking down our door. We've written like 6 good movies in the past month of podcasts. I mean, the Michael Bay, Weird Science movie. No, Home Alone, that was good. And then the 2 that we just dropped today. But that's all I've got. Quick couple things. One, check us out on iTunes and YouTube. If you're listening or watching us live, send in some questions, comments. Also, just uploaded today, I got Howie Mandel to prank my in-laws. And we've got that video on our thing. It's funny. He pranks my in-laws saying that their concrete driveway has to come up because the concrete company buried a dead body, and it's really good stuff. And just a little behind the scenes, my father-in-law was outside on his hands and knees looking for body parts in the driveway as he's talking to Howie Mandel. It's good stuff. Check out the video. Philip, what you got for us?
You got a little bit of video game news. The Xbox Ultimate Sale went live this week, which is Xbox's equivalent to basically the Steam Summer Sale. There's some really good deals if you're looking for some games on Xbox 360 or Xbox One. They're anywhere from 40% to 60% off. Far Cry 4, I know, is like you can get it for like $15. What else? Can't think of a couple other ones. Oh, Shadow of Mordor, which actually is a really good game. I think you can get the Game of the Year edition for like $20. So some good deals if you're actually looking. As well, so Minecon happened this past weekend, and Minecraft Story Mode dropped, which is going to be a Telltale games production, basically. So if you've ever played Fable or the more popular one, Walking Dead, and more recently they had the Game of Thrones, which are going to basically be like story-driven decisions. So they showed a little bit from it. It seems to be kind of like adventure mode that they did with Minecraft, but they're going to actually have a story associated with it. It actually seems kind of actually interesting, at least on the periphery, but we'll have to actually see. as well, Minecraft is not done adding new things. So if you do love Minecraft, this is actually interesting. I'm kind of curious to see what it does for the gameplay, but they're talking about adding dual wielding. So pretty much what that would mean would be while you're digging or while you're doing something else, you can actually have something else to protect yourself with, or fire, or which is interesting because it's something that I would have figured they would have added years ago, but it seems to be something they're trying to do to refresh the game. As well, they seem to be finally, I think they're basically getting to the point where they're going to fine-tune it and move on to something else, maybe Minecraft 2 if such a thing could exist. But they're going to expand the end to the point where it's an actual living world. So as you progress through the game, you go and do various things. You go through and do various things, basically magic, to try and get from one section to the next. And I believe the ending, you take a portal to get to it, but the problem is there's not much there. And so they're going to actually finish that out. Another interesting tidbit, I'd like to get your opinion on this, Dan, see if you think this is accurate, is Nintendo NX. The rumor is it's going to release in mid-2016. For those not in the know, the NX is the code name for the next generation Nintendo that's supposed to come out next year. Or, well, they say next year, they said 2016, but they weren't talking about it. Dan, do you think this is legit?
It could be. There are a lot of rumors flying around right now. Like they apparently were like courting different developers during E3 to work on the NX. So I mean, I don't know how. If should probably take them all with a grain of salt now, but there were a lot of developers saying that it wasn't going to be as powerful as the PS4. We're saying how it's they're supposed to release in the summer of 2016, supposedly. Okay. Somebody else wrote an article about how it was going to be both a handheld and a home console. Nobody really knows right now. It sounds kind of neat.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much what I read. It sounded like the NX was a platform, and I was like, well, if it's a platform, right, that doesn't have to be hardware. That could be something they're going to release that updates, and maybe they release hardware later on in the year. It just seems weird that they would release it mid. I mean, almost no one releases a console in the middle of the year.
Well, the Wii U just is not hitting sales for them. I mean, it hasn't tanked, but it hasn't done well. So maybe they're just gonna keep releasing Wii U games and then come out with the NX as some kind of weird hybrid thing, because they still have this weird quality of life thing that they came out with like 2 shows ago or two years ago that they still haven't really said much about. So I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Let's see. Other than that, we've got a few games that were interesting that are coming out this week. Rocket League, which is soccer with cars, is the easiest way to describe it. It's a PC and PS4 game. It looks interesting. I don't know necessarily that I would plunk down money for it, but if it's your cup of tea, if you like, over-the-top soccer games, that's what that kind of looks like. And then Geometry Wars 3, which is going to be multi-platform. But as well, their biggest release right now, their goal is to aim at the Vita. They've done, I guess, a few. What's the right way? I guess controller they adapted the controller to allow the benefit of the Vita. Since you got the touchscreen on the front and the touchscreen on the back. Other than that, the rest of the titles were kind of obscure, so I didn't really want to try and bring them out and explain what they were. Jason? And that's pretty much it for game news.
Max, comic book stuff?
All right, comic book news. I got some stuff today, guys. Let me tell you. I just got to pull up my notes here real quick. That's right. It did work, and I took notes. All right. First off, Dark Horse has signed a TV deal with a company called UCP, and they are they're basically NBC's like bullshit television company. They produce shows like Monk and Eureka and Warehouse 13 for like USA and all the other kind of like offshoot crappy cable companies. So yeah, Dark Horse signed a multi-year deal with them. They got 3 shows in the making right now. That's Concrete, Harrow County, and the biggest one I'd say is Umbrella Academy. So I'm actually kind of looking forward to that one. That should be pretty good. This company, UCP, has actually been buying up comic book titles right now. They have 3 other titles that they bought this year. Dreadstar, Nightmare, and 5 Ghosts, and I haven't read any of those, but I did look up Dreadstar real quick, and the main character is the last man from the Milky Way universe, so the entire Milky Way galaxy. So the Milky Way has died somehow. So I find that pretty interesting. I'm probably going to pick that one up. Mike, Dan, you happy about this? Anybody read Umbrella Academy or Concrete or Harrow County?
I read some Concrete years ago. I read some Concrete and so forth. I like the idea of it. It'd be interesting to kind of see what they would do with a series of that, because it got very. I mean, it's not necessarily a punch 'em up type superhero type book. It gets a little introspective and philosophical from time to time. But yeah, sure, why not? More properties on TV.
Dan, anything?
I have not heard any. I have not heard of any of those, sir. Sorry.
All right. Well, carrying on then. A new comic book company called Aftershock Comics is coming out. They just signed a whole bunch of writers, including the great Neil Gaiman, Garth Ennis, Jimmy Palmiotti. They signed Amanda Connor, Paul Jenkins, Phil Hester, Justin Jordan, Marguerite Bennett, and Frank. I hope I'm saying this right. Frank Barbiere. And so that's pretty huge. Neil Gaiman, Garth Ennis, those are like 2 of my favorite comic book writers, hands down. So this is kind of like, to me, reminiscent of when Image came out. It was all the great artists of the time came together and made their own comic book company. This is now like all the great writers of the time. If they could get Alan Morse, that would be so awesome. But it's not going to happen. But that would be my dream. All those guys together making a comic book. Dan, Mike, anybody read comic books? Anybody else?
I will end up buying a bunch of those, I can tell you that. But both Gaiman and Ennis both did stints on Hellblazer, which is my favorite comic.
I'm looking forward. Honestly, yeah, I'm probably looking forward to more of a writer-driven company than what you mentioned with Image and the artist-driven creator series. Because honestly, looking back on Image Comics, really only 2 comics that I can recall that I thoroughly enjoyed from that was Savage Dragon and Spawn. And Spawn didn't last that long. And honestly, Savage Dragon was the only one that I really remember kind of enjoying consistently. But I'm looking more forward to writers coming up with more original ideas and characters than the artists from the 90s who just did pale imitations of the already licensed work that they were doing before that. Come on, yeah. Spawn is Spider-Man.
Yeah, the Brigade or Strike Force were like the X-Men.
Youngblood is a bunch of cables.
Well, I hate Liefeld for one. I mean, give me a break. I don't know how that guy got work, but no, I'm super excited to see this because, like, these guys have come up with some of the craziest, most like the weirdest ideas comic books that I've read so far. So now they're like, oh yeah, we're giving these guys free rein to do whatever they want. I don't even know what is going to happen now. It's going to be, because if people were holding them back before, then what are we going to get now?
That's not always a good thing, but let's hope it is.
Hey, but at least it'll be different. At least it'll be different.
Fair enough.
If they do get Alan Moore, maybe he'll write more porn.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I'm down. Let's see it. That's all I got.
Awesome. San Diego Comic-Con is this weekend, which means lots of news is going to drop because it's not about the comic books anymore in San Diego. It's about television and movies, and there is going to be a lot. We're supposed to be getting an Ash vs. Evil Dead trailer is one of the rumors. The X-Files trailer, Batman v Superman trailer, Possibly an X-Men Apocalypse, some kind of first look at that. Like, it's going to be a crazy weekend, and the rumored Ben Affleck directed Batman movie is rumored to be announced this weekend. The Man of Steel sequel is rumored to be announced this weekend. So, and Marvel is sitting it out, so you know DC and Fox are going to come out swinging as far back in action after 20, 30 years. Breaking news. G.I. Joe Retaliation actress Elodie Young has been cast as Elektra in the second season of Netflix's Daredevil.
Oh, God. Anyone attached to G.I. Joe Retaliation should probably get their legs broken, and I am including The Rock in it.
Good luck breaking his legs. It's like breaking a rock, literally.
I'm just saying. Just saying.
But you'll be seeing a lot of reaction videos from some combination of us, maybe some collaborations with Mike, hopefully this weekend. Also, go to VGMX.com. They will be sponsoring some of our giveaways at Comic-Con this year, and the grand prize giveaway, I can say now because I've spoken to everybody, it's going to be a $100 Visa gift card for anything that you want to spend it on. That's going to be our grand prize, and VGMX is going to donate a second and third prize. We're going to talk to some local comic book shops about getting some more prizes, so stay tuned to hear the rest of the list. But the grand prize will be a $100 gift card, which is pretty cool. I kind of want it, but I can't win it, so.
As far as the comic book shops go, I'm going to tell you right now, not exactly going down, but I will buy something from those comic book shops to have as prizes.
And we've got other outlets. Maybe we can get some pop doll donations or pop figurine donations and stuff. But I've spoken to VGMX. They're in. They're donating. I'm hoping maybe a Retron 3 or something. So thanks for tuning in. From all of us, check out Mike at youtube.com/Mike McGTV. Check out all of our videos on YouTube. Please comment, like, subscribe, iTunes, leave a comment, rate and review. The rating system helps a lot. So it takes 2 seconds. Please help us out. And have a great night.